So the next bear came in, it was probably 200 pounds.
It was a really nice bear, would have been a perfect bear for your first bear. And it was in for 40 minutes. How long are you going to wait? Shoot, this is a nice bear. And it walked away. Well, I guess Lady Luck was on her side because a dandy come in shortly after that, and she didn't wait too much longer for that.
Getting rough when I stop believing I'm not tough enough to be free. I just go on with you. That's when we know. That's when we go. When it's just us hunting.
G'day everybody, I'm Rick Marchand. Joining me this week for our first ever Northern Ontario black bear hunt is my wife Louise. We have 1,000 kilometers ahead of us, so hop in, get comfortable, and join Just Us Hunting.
When I first started shooting a bow was when I was pregnant with Kelly, so she's 22, so 22 years ago.
She had a hunting license for a number of years. We started off years ago. She'd come out duck hunting with me. She's been on a few deer hunts. Prior to that, all archery.
We would go to archery tournaments. That's where we get most of our practices, at archery tournaments. And when we first started going to archery tournaments, there would be like 3, 6 women. That's it, no more.
Louise keeps me under control. She's quiet, she's methodical, and is the voice of reason.
Louise I've known for a very long time, since her children were in her arms, actually. And she's a very strong, independent woman. She likes to hunt. She can handle it outdoors with anybody.
She is the most unlikely looking outdoors woman, but she looks like a grandmother type, being polite, but she is as tough as any when it comes to the bush, and she doesn't seem to be afraid of too much.
And now she's going to sink her teeth into bear hunting. And I was looking forward to it.
Before I went on my first bear hunt, I was very anxious about what I would be getting myself into. Didn't know what to expect. I've been on hunts, but I've never been the hunter.
She's not new to it by any means. What's new to her is being behind the bow. She's filmed myself bear hunting prior to that, and she had some experience with that aspect of it. She's had the baiting aspect of it, but the actual hunt itself, when she's behind the bow, she's brand new at it.
Rick used to have a bear management area when we lived up north, and he had a mishap and hurt himself.
A bear management area is an allocated area of land that the outfitter leases. And what that does is it keeps all other outfitters out of that area, so there's no conflict of interest. The clients come in and they can only hunt in that area.
A friend of Rick's in Timmins, he gave up a bear bait one year and we run and baited it. And Rick had a broken leg, so I was driving the truck and baiting for him, and when I wasn't there, Louise was there and she was doing it for him. And
I was the driver, and then we had our 2 young children in the truck with us, and then Rick was on crutches on the far side, and I would have to get out of the truck, grab the bear bait, take it into the baits and bait the drums. Didn't bother me. I just go in, everybody'd be in the truck, and off I'd go. Okay, we're on our way.
My brother had a bait set up for us, and it was like an hour and a half drive from the camp. It was a long way back in the bush, and he knew there was a big bear on it. And because we were trying to get this on film, he said, you know, Rick, let's try to get this bear. We went out in the morning to put our stands up and whatnot, and the bait was hit. So we refreshened our bait then. We put the tree stands up. The bugs were terrible. It was a black spruce, boggy swamp, and it was terrible.
Hello, my name is Louise Marchand, and we're hunting in the northern woods of northern Ontario. We are hunting for our fall bear. This will be my first hunt tomorrow. We've just put up our tree stands, one for myself and one for Rick for being on camera. So with any luck, we will get a bear first thing tomorrow. And if not, we have a few more days to hunt, and hopefully we get one, and we don't have to feed too many mosquitoes.
We went out that night, bait was empty, and we had nothing to refreshen it. Now, like I said earlier on, if the bait's empty, the bear comes in, looks at it, he's gone. You want to keep that bear there. So Louise had some granola bars and nature bars or whatever, so we threw them in there just if something came in, it would keep them around for the night.
We waited and waited and waited, and just before dark, we heard a gunshot.
We were very disappointed in hearing that. Here you are, an hour and a half in the bush, just before dark, and you hear a shot.
So we were like, this bait's done. So we got down and had our ride back to camp that night. So then we decided that we wouldn't shoot from that. We wouldn't go back to that bait. We would go to another bait closer to town.
Fortunately for us, one of the Ohio boys, a good friend of ours, Kurt, he shot a bear that night, and he had multiple bears on his bait. So when we got back, we told him what happened, and he said, hey, listen, if you want to try my bait, you know, because we're pressed for time with this rain coming in. So the next night, that's where we decided to go.
With all the things that can go wrong when you're hunting, it's important to have your bow tuned, and I'm glad I had my bow tuned today. Remember, if you take care of your equipment takes care of you, and that is your Just Us Hunting Tip of the Week.
Bear hunting has evolved hugely. When I first started bear hunting, we used meat scraps, and the baits were disgusting. And it was in the spring. You can just imagine what they look like after a few weeks. And the baits were dirty. All of a sudden, we started getting into donuts, we started getting into pastries, we started getting into breads. It was clean, it was easy, and to this day, that's probably one of the bigger baits out there. It's hard to get now.
Some people just bait I've seen people just bait with popcorn. I've seen others have their special bait. So it just depends on the outfitter and the person hunting.
The whole baiting aspect over the years have changed so much from when it first started. Bears used to be considered vermin, and now they're a big game sport.
Here at Cap Outfitters, one of the reasons for the success for their bear hunts is their special glorp. The bears just love this. Glorp is the mystery bait that we use that particular year. It has secret ingredients in it.
Not every outfitter has a secret recipe, right? But some have some that they believe is better than others. And they keep tight-lipped about it. You can look at it and you know what most of the ingredients are, and maybe they're putting cayenne pepper in it, I don't know. And everything that was in this glorp, I don't know, but it was donuts, oats, molasses, and there was a few other goodies in there that I could only guess. And it worked. You didn't have to put an awful lot on there, and the bears were fighting over it.
Mmm, yummy. Wish I was a bear.
There's a science really to it, and the guys that are doing it full time know what they're doing. We were really battling time. There was bad weather coming in later on that week, and we were really hoping we could nail this off in a day or two.
Kurt had shot his bear the night before, and then he said we could go sit on his bait. When I go out on a stand, I always bring a book with me. I enjoy sitting there, watching the scenery, figuring out what's gonna happen, looking where my shooting opportunities are, and then I just start reading, it's an opportunity for me to just sit and read. I don't have much opportunity to do that anymore, so I just sit and read and read and read. And you read a couple pages and then you're always checking the area and then just keep reading. But if you get into a really good book, too bad about the bears.
Kurt's stand was a primo model. Like, it was a beautiful stand, comfortable, the whole works. Not that I got to sit in it. This is just what I'm hearing. So I have to take her word on that.
I had never sat in a super deluxe tree stand like that, so I got up there and it was like sitting in a lazy boy. I'm like, woohoo, I scored good on this one. So it had like arms and like place for your feet. I think it even had little pockets I could put my book in. I was like, this is a nice tree stand.
If you're not comfortable in the stand, you're going to start getting fidgety. You're going to start moving around. You're not going to enjoy yourself if you're not comfortable. Why would you want to go and do it again, right? And this is Louise's first hunt. I don't want to ruin it for her.
Hello, my name is Louise, and I want you to come along with us tomorrow for my first fall bear hunt in Northern Ontario. Thanks for joining us for Just Us Hunting. Ka-chow!
I remember this one time when I went out for my very first deer hunt. It was late in the season and we happened to get a lot of snow that year. And that particular morning, there was a freezing rainstorm. On our way out to the stand, the roads were pretty slippery, so I was extra cautious driving down the gravel road. Got the truck parked, headed into the stand, no problem. Called it a day because we didn't see any deer and headed back to the truck. So I thought the roads are probably a little bit better now. So we started the truck and pulled away. No sooner, as soon as we got moving, the truck slid right off the road into the ditch. Luckily for us, there was a farmer driving by and he was able to pull me out. That's one moment I won't soon forget.
Hi, I'm Louise Marchand, and we're going fall bear hunting. Hop in and join Just Us Hunting.
See Jack run.
First off, she really doesn't want to be on camera. And she's having a hard time with a lot of these narrations. So we're getting really close.
It's not easy, Rick. I don't know why you think it's easy. It's not. It's not like...
Hi, I'm Louise Marchand. We're going bear hunting.
No, Rick,
Hop
you're
in and
Rick,
join Just
you're-
Us Hunting.
You're Ricky Marchand. I'm Louise. I do not enjoy being on camera at all.
When she was in the bush, she was doing a fantastic job. When she was in the truck and we were trying to do a scripted narration, it was terrible. It was terrible. Yeah, like divorce terrible.
Hi, I'm Louise Marchand, and we're going fall bear hunting. Hop in and join us for... Hi, I'm Louise Marchand. Hi, I'm Dora Marchand. Hi, I'm Louise Marchand. Do you see the chipmunk running around in my brain?
Hi, I'm Louise Marchand. We're going fall bear hunting. Hop in and join us with Just Us Hunting. Hi, I'm Louise Marchand.
Now do it.
Hi, I'm Louise Marchand. Hi, I'm Louise Marchand. We're going...
Give me a count of 3. You're starting before anything.
Hi, I'm Louise Marchand. We're going fall bear hunting. Join us.
So hop in. Louise, you had it.
I'm getting better at it, but I really don't enjoy it. So we went in and I went up in the tree stand and Rick was videotaping from the ground. So he had his shaggy on and it's, you look like a boogeyman when you have it on. And so he had that on and he was sitting on the ground about 20 feet behind me and then I was up in the tree stand. All I could do is look behind at him and he would motion to me. He had no weapon, all he had was a camera to throw at the bear.
I brought that ghillie suit up in case there was a situation where I could actually set up and think I could get away with it. And this bait proved to be perfect because you could see far enough back in the bush, you could get your footage, it wasn't tight. I was amazed, I really was. We had 3 bears come in that night. They all looked at me, but they looked right through me. They had absolutely no idea I was there. It was amazing. Unfortunately, not a lot of thought went into this. When I'm sitting on the ground, Louise is maybe 20 feet in front of me, and there's an awful lot of brush between her and I can't see her all that well. So if a bear is going to come over and talk to me and want to be my friend, there's not a lot of help coming from above.
I've been hunting for 35 years. The weapon of my choice was a rifle, but I've switched to a crossbow and I've successfully taken 5 moose. In my off season, I practice my crossbow and climb in tree stands. My dream hunt would be to go to Alaska to shoot a Alaskan moose. The people who have influenced me the most is my sons. I'm Peter Van Kessel, and this is my profile.
We got everything set up. She was in her stand, and we weren't there maybe 20 minutes, and this bear came in. And it was maybe 15 yards from me.
And this is the first time I've seen a bear on a bait. So it came in over from the right, and it came in. It was probably 115, 120 pounds, and it stood up like a person. I was like, wow, that's pretty. And it does look like a person when it stands up. It's like, wow, you're pretty cool.
So this bear is standing up there, and I got the camera up, and it's beautiful. Beautiful. The lighting's fantastic. It gets down, goes over to the bait, plays around, walks away. And at that point in time, I see stand by. Probably should have hit the record button on that bear. So that's not on tape, but some great memories.
I'm not sure how long it was before the next bear came in. And of course, I've been told we have to get footage,
We need footage, because I'm thinking she's a rookie bear hunter coming in here. The bear's gonna walk in, walk to the barrel, plink, the arrow's in it, it's gone. What do we have for an episode? Absolutely nothing. So I told her, don't take the first shot. Be patient. Let me get some footage.
So the next bear came in. It was probably 200 pounds.
It was a really nice bear. Would have been a perfect bear for your first bear. And it was in for 40 minutes. And I'm sitting there filming this thing, and now I'm thinking, holy smokes, how long are you going to wait? Shoot, this is a nice bear. And it walked away. I couldn't believe it. Here we are, perfect light, lots of time left in the night. She let a perfect bear walk away after 40 minutes. We had lots of footage. Well, I guess Lady Luck was on her side, because a dandy come in shortly after that, and she didn't wait too much longer for that.
So it left, and then the next one came in, and it was a bigger bear. It came in, it went to the bait, and then we had brought in a little bait bucket that we had the bait in, and we had put it over to a tree to the right of me at the base. So it went over and sniffed it.
As I'm filming this bear, it comes out of the barrel and starts walking over towards that pail, takes a look at me, a few steps, and I'm thinking, holy smokes, here we go. It's only like 20 feet from me. I'm thinking, oh boy, here we go, and no help from above. But anyhow, like I say, it looked right at me, but looked right through me. I was just a pile of leaves there as far as it was concerned.
I waited for it to give a shot. Of course, it was my first time hunting bear, so I had to make sure that I had an awesome shot on it, because I don't want to be blood trailing a wounded bear. I shot it, and it ran 30 yards. That's a good shot. It's doing its death moan. This is awesome. And it makes your hair stand on the back of your neck the first time you hear it, but it's an awesome sound.
He had his whole body in here, and I had my arrow right about here and just smoked him. So most animals run away from the road. This one ran towards the road, so it's close to the road for us to drag out. I'm not sure, I think I have a good shot on it. There's lots of blood, so we're just gonna go blood trail it and see how it happens. B04634 is now tagged, AKA Blackie. This was the fortunate one that I was able to shoot, and I had a good time. I learned lots about hunting in a short amount of time, and anyway, it paid off.
It's not always fun and games for the cameraman. Now I have to pull this out. And I told her it was a nice bear, it was 180 pounds. So I start dragging that out, and I'm huffing, and I'm puffing, and it's like, holy smokes, I can't get over how out of shape I am.
The reason you have a 250-pound cameraman is so he can assist you with Blackie, getting him in the back of the truck. Right about now, he feels about a ton because we've had to drag him out and put that little sucker in the truck. Just so you know, it's just like dealing with a water bag, and they are heavy and awkward and cumbersome to get up in there. But luckily, Ricky got him in there.
I'm turning into a real wimp here, like, holy jumping. So we get it back to the camp, we put it on a scale, and I felt much better when I got there.
Weighed it on the scale and it weighed 275 pounds, which we were very surprised, but then Rick didn't feel so bad that he was so out of shape.
Anyway, thanks for joining Just Us Hunting.
If you have videos of your hunts and would like to see them right here on this show, go to our website, justushunting.com, and email me directly. Who knows? Maybe one day you'd see your hunts right here on Just Us Hunting.
Well, I feel alone and I can't see why. And the cold winds blowing from the northern sky. I dream of going hunting. When life's road starts getting rough, when I stop believing I'm not tough enough to be free, I just go hunting.